Man, I don't want to make a video today. I think I'm just going to phone it in. You know what I mean? Like, do I really have to nail it out of the park every single time? Sound like the band perfectly every time? No. You know what? I think I'm just going to phone it in. Crap out another video for YouTube's stupid algorithm. No one will be none the
Hey, Peter.
What? Angel Vivaldi. Wow. What are you doing here?
Well, just checking in on the latest video. But aside from that, I noticed that the people were requesting a little bit more of me. So, you know, if it has anything to do with me, I want to make sure it's done properly. And you haven't quite been hitting the mark lately, my guy. Been slacking just a little tiny bit. So if there's any incentive that you want to keep in mind as you're attempting this little project of yours, remember who owns you. Remember who pays you. No pressure. Good luck.
See how you guys did. Yeah, like guessing which band it was. First up is the next How to Write Like Riff or Riffery. No, not quite. Angel Vivaldi. Look at that, Motionless. Were you first? Was Motionless actually the first? Angel Vivaldi answered. Robin is a good final answer. Your mom. Good one, Chad. That's exactly what Chad would say. Your mom. Nice. Not bad for the first video. Next up, the second teaser. Archspire. No. Great guess. Have a video on them already. Don't even remember that song anymore. The video's probably terrible. Definitely still feels like Angel Vivaldi. Yep, Cody following along. He's doubling down. Shotos. This was definitely a hard one. I'm going to say Ginger. Never heard of that one.
Sick reference though, bro.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Dude, your references are out of control. Everyone knows that.
Ligma Balls. No. What's up with the name change? Well, I'm not a band now, so that's that. And finally, Who's That Band? The last third one. I probably should have named it like the third one, but you know what? I'm not leaving you guys out. What'd you guys say? Country Bluegrass, Poor Man's Poison. Probably threw a lot of people off with that one. Off the bat, it sounds like Angel Vivaldi, but I feel like that's too obvious. It's not. Trivium, no. Phineas, no. It all ends up being. Imagine if it wasn't, though, if I actually released just like the polyphony. All right. All in all, not bad. Not bad. Going. Yep. Thank you. Keep going. Yep. Oh, right. Yes. Yes. Back when Flyleaf was a thing. Let's go. I think I'll start here. Yes. It's all coming together. It has begun. Oh, I already typed that. From subliminal messages being sweep-tapped at you in Morse code, to painting the actual walls in your house to correlate with certain chemicals in your brain, art is going to be made. Whether it's the tragic shootings of Orlando or the fires of Australia, a genuinely kind-hearted soul is there to raise awareness. Whether it's genre-defining music or generational-defining movements, this person is here to push boundaries toward acceptance for everyone. Excited audience, it is finally time for... As always on the show, we're going to talk about who the band is, we're going to break down their techniques one by one, and then finally we're going to premiere an HD playthrough of our very own, inspired by everything we learned here today. Kind of like most bands, except for we actually credit our inspirations instead of just calling it original. Oops. Oh shit! Really quick though before we get into it, thank you to Toxic Eternity for the killer background music. Thank you to Ernie Ball for the extra strings he gave me like years ago and probably forgot about this deal long ago.
And a special brand new thank you to my boy Mitchell, who actually mixed and mastered the song for the channel. You can contact Mitchell and get a hold of his music making capabilities for yourself in the description down below.
And of course, thank you to Angel Vivaldi himself for being one of this YouTube channel's very first patrons over on Patreon. Like, it was early in Valve Volition's history as a band when I learned Angel was watching the Jason Richardson video and even donating to the channel, which meant the world to me. Couple this with the fact that I can confirm for sure Angel is just as sweet in person because I got to open for him in my own city as Valve Volition multiple times. So yeah, Angel's pretty freaking great. I mean, like, you know, I'm in love with the guy. I mean, I'm married, but you know, if I wasn't. Anyways, without further ado, this is Not a Band. Subscribe if you want to become not a fan. And
what year is it? The year is 2008. Angel Vivaldi releases his debut album, Revelations, and then immediately has a revelation and decides that the album sucks and to take it down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses right there. See, here's the thing. You simply cannot rush perfection, okay? It's like a wine. It takes time to do these things, and it also takes money, and I was certainly putting the poor in Puerto Rican, so do with that information what you will.
Fast forward a year, it's 2009, and he releases The Speed of Dark, which also gets taken down for its replacement, The Speed of Dark Revisited in 2016.
Still poor.
But faster forward, even more forward, from 2009 until 2011, and you get another album, Universal Language, which actually ends up with a music video that goes viral. Apparently the universal language between all humans is... Faster forward, or even more forwarder still, from 2011 to 2014, and you get Away with Words, an album where not only did the words go away from the lyrics of the song, but the words also did go away from the titles of the song as well.
You're only allowed to listen to this if you're deaf. If you ain't hard of hearing, this isn't for you!
And consequently increased the deaf population significantly thereafter.
Then finally we have 2017, where Angel had an idea. Synapses firing. To name his album, Synapses firing. After having an idea, Synapses firing. And it was a great fucking idea! And while Angel doesn't necessarily bring the heaviness of, say, Black Tongue or Die Hard or Knocked Loose or Enterprise Earth, links to full videos on all of those bands in the description, by the way, he does bring an impossibly catchy ear for, like, singable melodies played over djenty rhythms, and is particularly good at really letting his soul shine through his playing. So yes, there's plenty of fast, sweet, tappy string skipping stuff going on, but there's also tons of expressive vibrato and whammy motions and pitch harmonics to really guarantee that you get hooked. Alright, I think that just about covers it for who Vivaldi is. Now we just gotta figure out how to write like him. So let's fire up our DAW and grab our instrument. Alright, look at us. Welcome to Chapter 2. We're done talking about him, now we're actually gonna write like him. So go ahead and pick up your guitar, go ahead and open your DAW. I have a digital audio workstation right behind me. It's not like physically behind me. It didn't walk into my house. It's a green screen. It's movie magic. Could you imagine if a DAW walked into your house? Also, we're going to have to open up a patch or a plug-in or an amp of some kind. So I got my little Axe Effects patch here, my little Axe to show you that I'm plugging my guitar into my computer via this. And this is my patch. It's just a heavy patch. It's the most basic fucking patch out there. If you're at home, all you got is a fucking spider amp. Just turn that shit to rock, metal, brutal setting, and I'm sure it'll sound just fine. All you need is write like Angel Vivaldi, have some good old distortion. And then skill, but we'll get to that later. So we got our heavy patch, we got our DAW, we got our guitar. I think we're ready to go ahead and hop into it. Oh, and last thing, the scale I'm using is E minor. Angel Vivaldi doesn't really set himself to one scale. He can kind of sound happy or sad depending on the album, which is great, which means it doesn't really matter what key we pick. So I pick E because, well, I have 3 E strings. So it's easy for me, or convenient. So obviously, part 1 is going to be the power chords and the Angel arpeggio. Power chords are pretty simple because as power chords should be. They're just awesome and powerful. Kind of gets that strong him versus Andy James wave of synergy feeling. Angel arpeggio, you're going to notice, is going to be this. Repeating pattern of your first finger, your middle finger, and your pinky. And this little triad. And you can just tap around any of your notes in your scale. And there there you go. You got yourself a neat little cheat code to tapping around the fretboard with your little angel arpeggio. Part 1, power chords and angel arpeggios. Part 2 is going to be the held out chords and the chugs. Go. Alright, so those chords. Just got like this F and E power chord, but on a B string instead, so different chords. You got some hell of power chords that are really strong and evil sounding, kind of like Metallica but heavier. And then you're gonna go ahead and throw some chuggies on top. Angel loves going up 2 strings in sets of 2s, kind of like that kind of thing. So I actually stuck with that during my chuggies and just went. You know, because those two string patterns, it's Vivaldi's fuck. All right, part 3 is going to be the triplet root note, and you'll see what I mean in a second. It's a riff based on tripleting the root. So we have this cool little riff that's like bouncing around on all these notes, but you're holding your root note, and that's going to be your triplet. All right, now part number 4 is pinky time. Pinky time is really important. And really, if I didn't waste your time, this whole video could have been 10 seconds long and I could have just told you about the pinky. So, there's going to be parts in your scale where there's 2 frets separating each note, like this. It's kind of like an extended pattern, whatever. It's everywhere. Put it wherever the fuck you want. The point is to remove the middle and just to use the pinky in your first finger. Do you already see what I'm talking about? That's Angel of Vivaldi's fuck. So for step 4, we're on 4, right? We're gonna do the pinky time riff. The pinky time riff you're gonna see is a lot of pinky. Go ahead, step 4, exhibit A, presume. Step 5 is gonna be in 3/4, and that's, I mean, really the coolest, most defining thing about this part. So this is going to be an extra special complicated chord right here. And the whole riff is going to be in 3/4. I slide it up to the 12th fret. It's going to look complicated, but it's the same chord, so it's not. Then I slide it all the way down to where the first kind of half disappears to open this. There's a lot of open strings in there. You'll see what I mean. A complicated extra special chords 3/4 riff, go! Then I had a lead on top, because Angel of Vivaldi loves leads. Part 6, we're almost done. Holy shit. All right, we're on to the extra super fancy chords. These are the chords that I talked shit about in the beginning when I talked all hype about power chords. Now we're going to use extra spicy chords, like in Serotonin with that Nita Strauss song. Also, this is where we're going to include a solo. So I have that more of that 2-string riffage going on with the... So it's a lot of 2-string note stuff going on. Then I switch to sweeping in this pattern. What the fuck is it called? Some like extended major minor triad. Fuck it. It's the sweep. It's the sweep. Okay, every one of you knows this sweep. You all know that. Imagine you tap with it now too. And that's basically how you sweep like Angel of Vivaldi. And And finally, part 7 to finish the song. I'm just going to go ahead and replay the intro riff, but because I believe in keeping the intro and outro of songs special, because you don't want it to be exactly the same, it's Angel Vivaldi we're talking about here. You can write as many pieces of beautiful compositional acoustic music you want. You're a fucking shredder. We all know it. So I'm going to change the lead on the outro to be just as special on the lead as the intro. I think it's a little less shreddy, actually, but it's more melodic, and it really tugs at the heartstrings. So step 7, let's go ahead and repeat the outro faster, change the lead, sick. There you go. That's how you write like Angel Vivaldi. At least that's how I did. Stay tuned for this giant ass. Stop it! Stay tuned for the HD playthrough that I have coming up on the song you just learned how to play. Hopefully now you can make your own. Also, I guess before the playthrough starts, just wanted to quickly say thank you for watching. If you're still watching this far in the video, then I really know you're a true not a fan and that you're interested in what's going on here with all this musical weirdness. But you know what? I'm glad that you're sticking around while I figure it out.
That's all, folks.
If you like the video and don't want to miss the full HD playthrough later, subscribe and click that bell. If you had a fun time, maybe send the video to a friend. Maybe drop a hint like, hey, I know you ain't been frickin' practicing that much. Here's an Angel Vivaldi tutorial, you frickin' bitch. And lastly, check out our Patreon, link in the description, alongside our Twitch and more socials for extra content between uploads.
Fucking gay. Whatever, this is done.